Hello and welcome to the Weekend Post Top 10 this week. My name is Evan Michelson from Star Publications. Returning with the audio recordings this week. I had lost my voice completely last week, but we're back this week taking a look and highlighting 10 athletes from Albany, Holdingford, Melrose, and Sauk Centre Athletics here in the winter sports season. We'll start with boys basketball and Isaac Rosenberger from Melrose. Rosenberger has not had his best season statistically from the free throw line so far, but the senior forward came up huge at the stripe for Melrose against Montevideo January 5th. With the Dutchmen holding a narrow lead over their West Central Conference rivals, Rosenberger connected on all 4 of his free throw attempts in the final 2 minutes of the game, ending the contest with 8 points overall in a 60-59 Melrose triumph. And then next up for boys hoops, we have Zeke Austin from Albany. The Huskies rebounded from just their second loss of the winter season with a pair of big-time wins, with Austin shining as one of the team's go-to offensive options. The junior guard helped Albany orchestrate a second-half comeback against new conference rival Pequot Lakes January 5th, putting up 17 points in a 54-40 victory. Later, Austin diced up the Osaka Silver Streaks to the tune of 26 points and 4 steals in a 68-49 win January 9th. Moving over to the girls' side of the court, we have Sierra Corton from Sauk Centre. After Bowl did their best to take Corton out of a conference showdown January 5th, the awe-inspiring junior guard for the Streeters has gotten hot and unleashed magic the past 2 games. Corton has reached the 29-point mark in back-to-back games, totaling 29 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals in a 67-33 win over Montevideo January 9th, before adding 29 points and 6 dimes in a 78-63 triumph over Barnesville January 11th. Moving over to gymnastics, we have Monica Nowitzki from Albany. The Huskies' first ever home varsity gymnastics meet was a successful one, as Albany defeated LPGE Browerville 127.775 to 109.275 January 9th. Helping the school's newest varsity program achieve success was Nowitzki, who took the top spot in the all-around competition at 32.575. The 8th grader finished first in the beam at 8.825, second in the floor at 8.3, and third in the vault, also at 8.3. Going over to the ice arena, we have Hagen Brunkhorst from Prairie Center. The North Stars have picked up its offense as of late, scoring at least 5 goals in 4 of their last 5 games. Keying that surge in scoring, among others, has been Brunkhorst, who most recently totaled a goal and 2 assists in Prairie Center's 7-2 win over Wadena Deer Creek January 11th. The talented sophomore also found the back of the net twice the game before, a 5-2 victory over Breckenridge Wahpeton January 9th. Next up, we have wrestling, and we'll start with Mason Patrick from Holdingford. This past week was historic for the Huskers wrestling team as a pair of its student athletes reached the 100 win club. Patrick was one such achiever, doing so with a pin at 1 minute and 31 seconds against Brainerd at the Royalton Upsala Triangular January 4th. This milestone was just the start of a fantastic series of performances for Patrick, who went 3-0 at the Osaka Duels January 5th, winning by major decision, and technical fall. Luke Biniak was the other Holdingford wrestler to reach 100 wins this week. They've had several so far this season. Next up, we have Owen Carlson from Albany. Carlson, a consistent force for the Huskies, whether they win or lose, was once again impressive at the Mora Invite January 6th. The Albany veteran was strong in the 152-pound bracket. After a first-round bye, he took down his second-round foe by pin at 1 minute and 6 seconds before picking up an even faster pin at 48 seconds in the semifinals. Carlson rounded out a well-balanced day of wrestling with a hard-fought 4-2 decision win over a 20-win competitor from Rush City Bram, winning the championship. And to wrap up our wrestling class for this week, we have Isaac Frericks from Sauk Centre Melrose. Frericks was simply dominant for the defenders in the team's quadrangular appearance at Kirkhoven Murdoch Sunberg High School January 11th. The heavyweight contender brought consistency to the lineup. He grabbed a 16-6 major decision victory in a 45-27 win over Bold, earned a 2-0 shutout win in a 38-15 loss to KMS, and concluded a strong match against his Ortonville opponent with a pin at 2 minutes and 53 seconds in a 64-11 triumph. And for our final sport this week, boys swimming and diving, we'll start with Severin Anderson from Melrose Sauk Center. The Fusion put together their strongest finish ever at the Border Battle in West Fargo, North Dakota, January 6th, ending up in third place out of 15 teams as the top finishing Minnesota squad in the event. Anderson was essential to this result as the Sauk Center High School product placed fourth in the 100-yard breaststroke and sixth in the 100 butterfly, while also serving as a member of 2 relays that landed in the top 6. His breaststroke swim was the top individual placement for a Fusion swimmer on the day. And then finally, to conclude our top 10 list this week, we have Thatcher Van Beck from, again, Melrose Sauk Center Fusion. The Fusion also competed against Montevideo January 9th, and it was here that Van Beck led the way for Melrose Sauk Center. The Melrose athlete tied for first in the 200 freestyle and kickstarted a 1-2-3 sweep for the Fusion in the 500 freestyle with a first-place swim. In both of those races, he earned season best times. He also guided the 200 freestyle relay to a second-place mark, with the grouping missing the top spot by only 0.9 of a second. Thanks again for tuning into this week's Weekend Post Top 10 list. My name is Evan Michelson from Star Publications, signing off.